This is Kathy and Serena with Starseed Continuum, and it's time for us to do the reading for May. And so what I'm feeling for May is like, I just keep hearing this phrase, Mayflowers. And that's what I keep hearing, is that everything's going to be blooming here real soon. And in Nevada, it's going to get warm. May is usually when the temperature starts rising. So what do you got, Serena?
Well, I don't get quite as warm as you do as fast. I'm in Spokane, but and we had snow this morning, but it's not sticking, obviously. I'm thinking a lot of when I think of May, I think the frost is ending. We can start to think about planting at the end of about the middle to end of May. And what I love about May is you start seeing the little, like the perennials and the trees, the bushes, they start to pop. They're just, that new growth is just like a brand new baby to me. And
breath of fresh air. Yeah.
And I just go around my yard and when I'm walking somewhere and just notice all that fresh, new, brand new energy that is so precious. It's really one of the blessings of the way things are.
Yeah. And so, are you ready to do the reading for May? Our little blush of May. And so I'm going to stop the video and put my video on the card so you all can. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick the 6 cards. I'm going to pick one, and then Serena's going to pick one, and we're going to go all the way around the evolution symbol until we get to the top. And we start right here. This is the very first position. And so I'll pick the first card. There is a 10. And so, Serena, do you feel that there needs to be another card on that 10?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. You pick the card to go with that 10.
I got a 15.
Ooh. Ooh and ah. Okay.
I know, that red energy.
Yeah. Put this up here and put this right under it. Okay, now I'm going to pick the next card, which is the reflection card. And I have a 2. So we have 10, 6, and 2. So you get to pick what the divine wants us to know.
Okay, and that's going to be a 17.
Okay. So I'm going to pick the co-creation with the divine. Okay, we got a 12. You get to do possibilities and probabilities.
Ooh, hold on. I'm going to get my 12 out first. Okay, let's just see. How about a 9?
Okay, that's great. And then I'll pick the last card. And what we have is a 28. Really wonderful. Okay, so we're going to start the reading with the 10. And I'll do a little interpretation of the 10, and then I'll let you interpret it. And so that 10 is the embodiment level of the 1. And what I'm feeling with that card is it's way shore energy, and it's at the embodiment level. So it's like we're starting to embody the 1 and the way shore and being who we were meant here to be. And there's also some new beginnings that are starting to happen, and that could be the energy of late spring with all the new growth. What are you seeing with that 10, Serena?
Well, the first thing, I mean, of course, it's one energy, but with what I already said about May, rebirth is a perfect word, all that brand new. And it does remind me of a newborn baby, that fresh, right out of the oven perfection that comes with new growth. Everything and new babies, the animals are having babies. I have a baby lake here, a baby lake behind in my backyard, and the mother goose who nests on the island, this little teeny island every year, has started her nest. She's out there right now, I can see her, and she's going to sit there on her, and then those little babies are going to be in my yard in a little bit. And it's just such an exciting time of renewal. Renewal is a good word for it.
And then because there was a 0 on that 10, we had the opportunity to bring in more information. And what we brought is the embodiment level of the 6. And I'm seeing that as blood particles. There's a cleansing of ancestral programming going on. That's what's up with that embodiment level of the 6. It seems like it's working with the 10. And as we're moving into this Wayshore energy, deep things in our lives are being cleared.
Mm-hmm. I also see that, at that level, that's also a soul family card at the embodiment level. And that means that we have this support for all of this new that's coming in from guides and angels and ancestral light beings, just so much support for rebirth of our being. Our own being is rebirthing. So this is pretty exciting.
And then we're going to read the reflection card, which is reflecting what these 2 cards, where this is you right now. And so we've got all this renewal energy. And then the reflection card is a 2. And that 2 just means that as we're getting ready to move into summertime, we have, and it could be fall for the people down under, but that 2 is we've got some new collaborations coming in, and it's a promise of the divine. And this could be either working very closely with the divine or source energy, or having a new collaboration come in for you. That's what's kind of on the horizon. What are you feeling, Serena?
Well, I think that goes really well with the 15 card in the first position about, we talk about a high level of soul family coming in, and here we have new partnerships and new collaborations in the second position. So I think those go really well together. And what I'm getting right now, we've talked a lot, and I've certainly talked a lot about rebirth on the planet and all the new growth and everything, but what I'm getting is this reading is about our own personal rebirth. And so we have this incredible support coming in at a very high level for our own personal transformation that's coming forth.
And I'm feeling that, and that's why I said that 2 could be a collaboration with the divine. Mm-hmm. Because it's such a high level, and I do feel it's more personal than it is universal. So everyone, all of our viewers out there, just really feel into this 10, which is a 1, the 15, which is a 6, and the 2 energy. And the 2 is an awakening level, but really feel into your heart, because this reading is about each one of us.
Yes.
We move over to the 17, which is what is hidden from us that really the source energy wants us to see. And I'm seeing that 17 is unhooking from the matrix, or it's just from that looping cycle. We have the the possibility of that 8, which is moving us out of our looping pattern and moving this into a really strong sense of the particles, a possibility and probability with that 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I this is, this reading, every card is building on the last cards that have already been put on the board. This 8 energy at this level is about being in flow with source, and the 8 is about personal power. And of course, this really goes well with the whole transformation theme that we've started here, the personal transformation, that there's this support from other realms for our journey. And this is also an abundance message. So lots of good is coming forth as we transform together.
So we're ready to move to the co-creation with the divine.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm seeing with that 12, it is the embodiment level of the 3. And that 3 is bringing in creativity. And the truth about that card is you can see that the arrows are going everywhere. And so you can't do it wrong. There is absolutely, so whatever you decide to create with this, it's going to just, whatever you move into with this co-creation is going to be perfect for you.
Yes. And, a long time ago, when I was first dealing with the cards, I just always loved the 12 card, because we learned that it meant listen and do. And it really is, taking your creativity to a higher level with divine support. And you go in, you know that if you quiet yourself and you just follow guidance, you're going to be right on track. And so it is one of my favorite cards, because it reminds me that I have that spiritual support, and all I have to do is listen and then follow. The follow is very important, the doing.
And what I'm seeing, what I wanted to remind everybody is that one of the foundations of the symbol is the 5 levels of consciousness. And what I'm seeing there with the 5 levels of consciousness, that's what Serena was talking about, is the first 3 levels of consciousness is all about looping in your cycle and just going from 1 to the 2. It's like you awaken, and then you go into, oh my gosh, I'm starting to awake. I want to hurry this up. And so you go into the 3 and you try to make it happen. So it just loops you and loops you. But that 3 is the co-creation with the divine, is the listen and do. So your listening is to the yeses in your life, and then you're following through. And you can listen and do, but you have to take action. So it's inviting you into taking action with that 3, and that's the creativity. And the thing is that it can take on whatever form you want it to. It's like there is no limitations at all here. It's going to be perfectly, when you say yes, you're going to be supported 100%.
And you have such incredible support on the board from Soul Family. It's like you just can't do it wrong if you listen and follow.
So are we ready to go to the particles of possibility and probability?
We are.
And that is a 9. And what that's telling us is we're invited, because we're holding the 9, which is God reflecting God. And that's the highest level of the God sphere. And if you look at that card, all of those arrows are pointing into the center, which is God reflecting God. And you're just in that, you're in the God sphere, but you're almost ready to move out. And so that is a really good place to be. And that's what I'm seeing with that everything's pointing into the center. It's pointing to the center so that it expresses the inside out.
And the 9 really is about you having expanded states of consciousness. And when I look at this card, I see crystals rather than just, I mean, I just kind of, those arrow figures remind me of crystals and just that energy of support at a higher level. That's a beautiful.
Okay, you have anything else? Because we're ready to go to the,
No, let's go to the 28, which is,
oh, let's go to the 28,
I
because
love
what
this
I'm
card.
doing here is we started with the 1 and we're ending with the 1. And so it's really emphasizing the mastery level of soul, of a way shower. Yeah, and it's like you have the opportunity, and we're inviting in a whole new energy for you to move into. And that 1, so you have the 28-1 here, and look at this. Not only do you have the 1, but it goes down here to this 2 and this 8. So it's all backing up that. And then look at this card where this light is like right in the center of the 1. And so that's what I'm seeing. It's just like completing the circuit for you to move into your next.
What I see, and this card is one of my favorite cards. I've been holding cards up because I don't know if everybody listening has the cards, but this card, I always get excited when this gets pulled, because this to me represents where we can be, where we can get, where we can think things aren't maybe as bright as we want them to be, and we can get into a little bit of doom and gloom. And this is the reminder that the sun, and I want to remind everyone, the sun is in you, that the sun is always shining, even if there's a cloud layer there. And so, and this card is perfect for the last card, because to me, the sun is blooming out of the cloud layer. And so I thought, oh, that's so perfect, because we're talking about new growth, rebirth, popping out of the earth and popping out of us. And here it is, popping out of the clouds.
Perfect. Now we have one more card. We got the fun card to pull, and that's our I am card. And we're going to put the cards in the center. And actually, these cards, there was a collaboration between Jules and Serena. She helped create this card and really edited them and got them going. So it's fitting that we should not only do the evolution journey cards, which I helped create, we're doing the I am cards, which Serena. So it just is such a perfect reflection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock on the cards 3 times, and usually all the time these cards collaborate what the reading is. And the card that we pulled it's called I am the gift, and it's another 3. And so look at that. I am the gift. Your love, strength, intention activates light into the world. So it just adds something very beautiful to this reading.
It certainly does. It certainly does. It's just perfect, because again, looking at that 28 card, we can forget sometimes the wonder that we are individually. And this is a reminder that we are always in expression, blooming into our next. And being the gift just goes so well with that.
And so now we're going to code, everybody. And the codes are a divinity code, which will support this reading. And then we actually go into the DNA, and the divine takes care of this. And we're going to see any epigenetic code that's running, and this code will bring that out and just replace that epigenetic code. And it's just a really beautiful exchange a frequency, and so that you as our viewer can express your divinity. And so the code that we're going to see in this reading is 1 6 2 8 3 9 1, and then the I am card in the middle is a 3. We watch the source intelligence just turn on this code in this really beautiful, and we're going to take this up into the highest one ion, and we're going to watch this code turn on. You don't have to understand it. All you have to do is receive this beautiful new code. And so we're going to just say the code again: 1 6 2 8 3 9 1 and 3. And we're going to watch it sequence and download into every cell and molecule of your body. And I just feel chills all over my body as my body is starting to vibrate with this new code. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop my video, and we're just going to talk about this for just for a few seconds before we end the call. Okay, Serena, would we like to tell our viewers what we're doing now as far as doing one reading a week? Each one of us are going to do 2 readings a month. And so if you wanted to catch the new readings, we're always going to be published on Monday. And so do you have anything to add on that?
No, just that we are developing our themes in our readings a little further by doing it this way, and we just felt that we could be offering more fullness to the theme than the shorter ones that we were doing. And it's just always exciting. I mean, I just get amazed at what comes forth. We pick a theme and then poof, all this intelligence informs the reading, and it's really pretty wonderful.
And what we did is we were bringing in new growth, and look at this reading at how it reflected new growth in our lives, not only on the planet, but within us. And it turned out to be a personal journey for all of us. Mm-hmm. And so with that, we're going to say, thank you. I love you. It is done.